Huge selection, just $24.99. What's more, Bob has a great selection of yellow knockouts, just $12.99. Everyone's favorite drift roses. Bob Wines has drift roses in coral, peach, white, sweet pink, red, and more, and they're just $22.99. Have you gotten your butterfly and hummingbird plants yet? Well, Bob Wines still has them, and they're all-time low-priced, as low as $3.99. It's crepe myrtle time, and there they are at Bob Wines crepe myrtles in more colors than you can imagine, starting at $9.99. That's 50% off. Don't wait. Grab up your share of the summer savings today at Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, keeping Ocala green and growing for more than 70 years.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks as we wrap up hour number 2. A grisly scene just south of Sarasota over the weekend in Englewood, Florida, reminds us that we live with some very wild predators very near us at all times. A woman in her late 60s was golfing at the Boca Royale Golf and Country Club in Englewood, according to Sarasota Sheriff's officials. She was playing golf right near the pond. She swung and lost her balance, fell into the pond. She was struggling to get out of the pond, causing a commotion, which drew the attention of 2 alligators in the pond who grabbed her, took her down, and ultimately she is now deceased. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Fish and Wildlife responded, captured, and removed the alligators from the pond. They're waiting to say what the official cause of death was, but we know it was either drowning or what she suffered from the alligator bites. They don't know. Well, they don't know if she's been bit or not. They don't know if the alligators were actually involved in the incident. They were observed near the body. One of them was 8 foot 10 inches. The other one was 7 foot 7 inches. They were removed after the incident, fatal alligator attacks like this are rare in Florida, despite them being everywhere. From 1948 to 2021, there's been 442 unprovoked alligator bite incidents in the state, and only 26 of those resulted in death. So only 26 people have died from 1948 to 2021. But it's just a stark reminder that wildlife is right here in concert with us, especially alligators. And in our area, alligators and bears. And this is another reason why you don't feed them or don't give them food, is because then they get used to humans. And once they get used to humans and aren't scared of humans, humans become more in danger. So this is just another illustration of an incident where wildlife is in our backyard. And this is why you don't feed that. And there's no indication this lady was feeding him or anything. She was just playing golf. But, why the alligators come close? They saw a human in the water. That's a big animal. They should have been scared, but instead they swam towards her. I don't know whether people fed these alligators or what, but they obviously were not scared of a human, even one thrashing around in the water. So, you hear all the time people going out. The man that got attacked couldn't believe the alligator bit his arm because he'd been feeding him for years. Well, he's a wild animal. Don't feed wild animals. You know, the lady in New Hampshire, I was watching the TV show that follows fish and wildlife in New Hampshire around. She couldn't understand why a bear in the New Hampshire mountains had clawed her and tried to bite her when she didn't understand. She had named the bear, fed the bear dog food on the back porch all the time and everything. The bear come up to her. Why would it attack her? Because it's a wild animal. So just understand that we live in an area with bears and alligators and snakes too that can be harmful to you. Be mindful of that and don't feed them. Do not feed a wild animal. You're only asking to create trouble if you do. This is Ocala Talks, hour number 3, just around the corner. We'll take a break. We'll be back at this short time out. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Says WOCA, The Source.
Of all the
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Senator Bernie Sanders on Sunday criticized President Biden's visit to Saudi Arabia. His complaint is that the Crown Prince was involved in the killing of an American resident journalist. A Texas House Investigative Committee released a preliminary report Sunday outlining a series of failures by multiple law enforcement agencies in their response to the Uvalde, Texas elementary school shooting. The 77-page report described the incident, an overall lackadaisical approach by nearly 400 police officers and federal agencies. West Virginia Wanda Palmer awoke from a years-long coma after being brutally attacked in June of 2020. Jackson County Sheriff Ross Mellinger said they needed help in the case.
The real thing we were missing up to this point was someone who could tell us what happened.
She identified her brother Daniel Palmer as the assailant. He was arrested at a remote West Virginia location. USA Radio News.
Camp Lejeune Justice is responsible for the content of this ad. Attention Marines, personnel of any branch of the armed forces and their families stationed at Camp Lejeune and contractors who worked at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune for 30 days or longer between August 1953 and December of 1987? For 34 years, those on Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. Until now, the laws have prevented victims from getting justice, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow victims to seek compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. If you or a loved one got sick after exposure to contaminated drinking water at Camp Lejeune, you need the right legal team that has the experience, support staff, and resources to seek the maximum compensation for your injuries. Call now for a free consultation and case review.
Call 800-832-9166. That's 800-832-9166. Again, that's 800-832-9166.
Eating popcorn may be good for your digestive health. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
They say farming isn't a career, it's a way of life. While the work is rewarding, the daily stresses can be both physically and emotionally demanding. Sadly, 50% of farmers say it's difficult to access therapy or counseling in their community. Our 24-hour helpline changes that. Call 211 or text FARM-FL to 898-211. You don't have to deal with stress or anxiety alone. Learn more at 211.org.
Peanut producers, fine-tune your farming operation with information gain at the 23rd Annual Southern Peanut Growers Conference, set for July 21 through 23 at Edgewater Beach Resort in Panama City Beach, Florida. The 3-day event provides farmers with information about peanut production, legislative issues, marketing, and promotions. The conference is presented by the Southern Peanut Farmers Federation. Visit southernpeanutfarmers.org for more information.
A new study published Thursday in the leading journal Frontiers in Microbiology focuses on how popcorn can impact our personal microbiome. Americans eat more than 13 billion quarts of popcorn a year. That's an average of about 40 quarts per person. Nate Korth, a PhD student at the University of Nebraska, set out to see if all popcorn varieties had the same effect. Using DNA sequencing, Korth tracked how the composition of the human gut microbiomes changed in response to the type of popcorn they were fed. He found that a newly developed popcorn, referred to as quality protein popcorn, had healthier effects on the gut microbiome. While this study was preclinical in nature, researchers say they hope to start clinical studies in the future. You can read more about the study and the results on our website, southeastagnet.com. I'm Sabrina Halverson for the Southeast AgNet.
Unbeatable prices and events are popping up everywhere at Rural King. Like an antique steel fire pit for just $49.98. Or your choice of 27-foot tie-down ratchet straps, just $7.99 a piece. And don't miss taking a spin on the baddest mowers at our Lawn Mower Rodeo. Saturday, June 18th from 10 till 2. Must be 16 or older to ride. Shop now at ruralking.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny with a thunderstorm this afternoon. High today 90 to 93. Then partly cloudy tonight, low 75 to 78. We'll have sunshine and some clouds on Tuesday. Thunderstorm in parts of the area in the afternoon. High tomorrow 91 to 93. Shower in spots Wednesday morning, followed by a thunderstorm in parts of the area in the afternoon. High 92 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center in Holly Holdren.
If you're living with chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, lower back, and shoulders, I've got exciting news for you.
Emmett Smith, all-time rushing leader and Hall of Famer.
Now you can get relief from pain without harmful medications and surgery. Call my guys at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics specializes in biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue. I'm talking about natural pain treatments now available, not just for pro athletes, but to people like you.
At QC Kinetics, we're seeing patients every day who suffer from chronic joint pain but who desperately wanted to avoid surgery. We're treating joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions with long-lasting results.
Listen, it's all about getting your life back. Playing touch football with kids, walking upstairs pain-free, getting back on a job, and patients at QC Kinetics are raving about the results.
QC Kinetics. Call to learn more about restorative treatments that can get you back in the game.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. 352-400-4550.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday. So I don't know how to make any sense of this, I'll be honest with you. And I'm talking about our president. And before you start with he's not my president, yes he is. If you're an American citizen, whether you like the guy, whether you like his politics, whether you agree with anything he's doing, he's your president. Tom, the election was stolen, regardless whether you think it was stolen, cheated, whatever. He was duly sworn in by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, so he is President of the United States. And if you're an American citizen, he's your president. Don't mean you have to like him. Don't mean you have to agree with him. But he's number 46. There's just no arguing with it. Now, you can argue about the job he's doing. You can argue about his policies. You can dislike everything there is about his administration. And a lot of people do. And he didn't help quell that this weekend. And I'm not talking about a damn fist bump. Who cares about a fist bump? Okay, fist bump the crown prince who, oversees a government that murdered a U.S. citizen reporter. I get all that, okay? The fist bump's not the important problem here, folks. But once again, it's been turned in by the news media, and by the way, on both sides, as the key to this whole problem. Who gives a damn about a fist bump? What I care about is he went half a world away to beg a crown prince. That's right. Call it what you wanted. I'm calling it begging. To beg the crown prince to step up and go to bat with OPEC to start more oil production. So here it is, the president of the leader of the free world, president of the most powerful country on the earth, goes and grovels in front of a guy wearing a tablecloth because he wants more oil from that guy. How about asking the American oil companies to make some more oil? Oh, wait, you can't because you stopped them from making oil. You stopped them from drilling for oil. How dare you go beg somebody in the Middle East, and that's what you did, beg them for oil, when you have American citizens that could produce oil, people that could go to work, people that could make money doing exactly what you went and begged the crown prince to do. Are you kidding me? You go over and you grovel to a crown prince. Forget about all the atrocities that Saudi Arabia does. Forget about how they treat human life and the human dignity. The fact that you went and begged them to produce more oil instead of asking or removing your presidential executive orders that would allow Americans to do that exact same thing without having to go beg a Saudi prince to help you out. Am I missing something? Or do I pretty much have it covered? I want somebody on the other side of the aisle, somebody who thinks Joe Biden's a good situation for this country, to tell me what about this weekend begging a Saudi prince makes sense to you. 352-622-9622. I'll wait. Oh, yeah, nobody's calling. I'll wait. 352-622-9622. Somebody that thinks Joe Biden and his administration is doing a good job, call me and explain to me how going to beg a Saudi prince to produce more oil so that we can end or lower gas prices in our country, how that makes more sense to you than using the oil we have in the ground here and putting U.S. citizens to work to bring it up and use it for gas. So I'm giving you a chance, 352-622-9622. You'll have an open mic. You explain to me how this is a better option, going and begging a Saudi prince to ramp up oil production throughout OPEC to help the American gas situation. So 352-622-9622. I'll wait. Oh, here's a call. Let's see if they. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Hi, honey. It's me.
Oh well, I know you're not going to take Joe Biden's side.
Well, no, but I have another question that I think that should be thrown in the mix here.
Okay.
Is the United States stopped and correct me if I'm wrong because we all know you will anyway. They reduced oil production here to reduce our carbon footprint or carbon emissions.
That is my
correct?
understanding. It's all about climate.
Okay, so how much? What's the difference between? So if you go to Saudi and then it now needs to be manufactured and transported from there to here, how much carbon footprint is that increasing versus just making it here directly? Is there a variable? Is the carbon footprint for the globe higher doing that than it is just producing it here locally? That's what I would like to know.
I can't. I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you making. I can't deal with you. Look, I can't deal with you making sense. Okay, I can't deal with that.
And by the way, what's the opportunity of a oil tanker actually spilling in our oceans when it's being transported? Because we've all seen that before.
Not near as much as trains having derailments that would be solved if the pipelines were turned back on.
I would really like to see that data, because I think, people are headline readers. They're not getting into the data. So if anyone has that data, that'd be fantastic. Love you.
Thank you. Bye. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, Sonny.
You know what tickles me is the fact that when we were energy independent, our carbon footprint was still the least among all the other nations that were producing oil. And yet the occupant of the White House saw fit to destroy our economy.
And now he's begging.
The Keystone Pipeline.
And now he's begging a Saudi prince to bail him out.
About that is the Keystone Pipeline originates in Alberta, Canada. And isn't there a treaty or some kind of agreement between, Canada and the United States?
Yeah, but the two guys
were supposed to take their oil, process it, and give them profits back.
Yeah, but the two guys in charge.
They lost jobs and they're losing income.
All right,
but I don't hear them squawking about it. But then again, their prime minister is on the par with Biden anyway.
There you go. See,
So,
and that's the issue, Sonny.
That's the
That's the issue, Sonny. Is that Canada's administration doesn't care that we backed out on our treaty with them because he's in lockstep with Joe Biden. That's the issue with the Keystone Pipeline.
Oh, well, yeah, I figured that out. But the point of the matter is they don't care who they hurt, it seems.
Well, no, the Canadian people. And if you do anything,
economy, and we had a lot of jobs.
If you do anything in Canada,
if
you do anything
occupant of the White House.
If you do anything in Canada,
have a great day.
Thank you. And if you do anything in Canada, the Prime Minister will quell that anyway with threats and innuendo. So, that's Canada's not going to help in this situation. But I want to know who out there that's a Biden supporter can tell me why going to Saudi Arabia and begging a Saudi prince to produce more oil makes more sense than producing it right here at home. Anybody? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? We'll take a break. Maybe somebody will call during the break and we can put them on. I know there's got to be somebody out there that thinks this is smart because somebody voted for the guy, so somebody out there thinks this was a good call. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this time out. You're listening to Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
You hear me talk about the Magnolia Italian Bakery and Deli all the time, but do you really know the story of the bakery? Hi folks, it's Tom Schmitz. Let me tell you, the Costello family left Sicily in 1955. They brought with them a mind full of recipes and traditions. Magnolia Bakery still features the authentic traditional Italian recipes. We bring you the same flavorful dishes that we've experienced in Italy and continue to experience here. From our warm Italian hospitality to the wonderful homemade food, this is the least expensive way to experience Italy. Experience our age-old recipes passed down from our grandparents to parents to sons and daughters. From our hot meals and subs to our custom-made cakes and pastries, we can do it all. Remember, anyone can boil noodles, but it takes a master to create a meal. And the masters of cuisine are at Magnolia Italian Bakery. Call them at 352-207-2667 today.
Nirvana Medical Spa is Ocala's premier medical spa, home to a variety of non-invasive corrective laser treatments and facials. Besides filler, neurotoxin, laser hair, we offer PRP, tattoo removal, body contouring, vaginal rejuvenation, urinary incontinence, and men's sexual health. Become a better, brighter, happier you at Nirvana Medical Spa.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
If you suffer from joint pain, arthritis, or an injury, you know the traditional treatments, pain meds, steroids, and then surgery, right? Hey, it's Tom Schmitz with great news. Now there's a better way, and it's here now from the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. This is an advanced, exciting, and natural alternative that can give you lasting relief using your body's own healing power. Listen, steroid shots are toxic to your joints, pain meds are addictive, and nobody wants to go under the knife. It's 2022 and those old ways are out and the new ways are in. Regenerative medicine can restore and repair damaged joint tissue using the natural biologics, no drugs, no downtime, no surgery. QC Kinetics regenerative protocols can address any pain in any joint and give you the quality of life you deserve. They now have offices in Ocala and the Villages. Call 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on